Hey, what's up guys? Andy here, and today we're reviewing Over the Promised Neverland Episode 6, titled 311045, or October 31st of 2045. How I got the year 2045, we'll talk about in this episode. Alright, so this episode was actually a really good episode in my opinion. It didn't have a lot of major key points happening, other than we kind of got confirmation on something we already knew. We had a huge fight between Don, Norman, and Ray, and I guess you can throw him in there, but Don came to his senses. He had a complete breakdown in this episode. We might have a new spy. Because we all know she doesn't really trust Ray all that much, but I think we have a new spy in the midst here. And on top of all of that, Sister knows everything. Let's get into this review, but as always guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you do end up liking the video or have something to say, please let me know. It really helps the channel out, and I love reading and replying to comments. So yeah, with that being said, let's get right into this.
Back from the dead.
So to start things off, we had a little bit of a recap here after our intro, and the intro, it sounds familiar as hell to me, and I can't place it. It kind of reminds me of Anno Exorcist, but I don't think that's what I remember. But anyway, we cut into the opening scene here with the door opening on Don and Gilda as they're trying to snoop around in Mom's room. And the big shock reveal is... it was Phil. It was just Phil. He was playing hide and seek with some of the other kids. That's it. Or was it? We'll talk about that a little bit more in just a second, but let's move past that, because now they're discussing on what they need to do next, and that's learn about the outside world. If they're going to survive out there, they have to know what they're getting into, so the escape plan now consists of 1, getting over the wall and escaping. Probably going to be the easiest of their plan. They even say they got that part figured out. 2, get away from the farm safely. This will be the hardest part because they're going to be getting tracked by Mom, Sister, and who knows what kind of demons. And step 3, establish a way to survive outside and become self-reliant. On the other end of the spectrum, Don and Gilda are still snooping, and now that they got busted by Phil, they kind of got away with that, so they steal the key to open that door from Mom. Cutting back over, we get these book notes, and a guy named Mr. William Minerva has been leaving stamps in books that he's been donating to the kids that has Morse code on the stamp, which I really don't understand how he would expect a group of kids to know, but I guess these are super kids, so whatever. They talk about how this guy is the guy who, could be outside and help them potentially, and at that same time, Don and Gilda are snooping hardcore, and they're in the room, and Don discovers the secret hatch as they go down. But we keep cutting back and forth, which really made a cool episode factor in this, and this right here is why I believe it is the year 2045, because they're talking about how this guy could still be alive, and they're like, alright, well this one had to be done after 2015, so I assume it's the year 2045, and then she asked, they're talking about 2 books and that have weird stamps, and Ray's like, what makes you think that? And Emma's like, my hunch, and he's like, huh? So it's really funny there. I love Ray's facial expressions. But the big secret Don and Gilda find here is Connie's doll that was never shipped out to her, and that's when Don starts questioning everything. Gilda tries to calm him down, but there's no calming him down. We cut back over to the other 3, and Ray's questioning, how did you discover that when you never read? I could see it being Norman, but not you. And we find out that Phil told her about them. So we'll talk about that. Eugene found the key on the floor and pretty much saved Dawn and Gilda, even though I don't exactly know how it happened, but whatever. We don't have to worry about that, because Dawn is pissed. Royally pissed here. Gilda kind of looks more upset than mad, but Dawn is straight heated, and we're getting into the conversation here because he was like, you all were lying after all. Like, I should have known you all were lying. Like, you all just wanted to protect us and, we're useless to you. And he goes, you're kidding me that, they didn't tell him Connie was dead. He hit Norman. He punched Norman right in the face. Norman has a big old bruise right up on the side of his face, and then Ray's like, Dawn, calm down, and Ray gets the shit knocked out of him. So, yeah. Dawn is the powerhouse of the group, but then he grabs Emma, and then he just starts breaking down. Excuse me. He breaks down and he's like, aren't we family? Aren't we siblings? At the end of the day, even if you didn't trust me or something, aren't we family? Which is a really powerful scene. And then he starts breaking down. He starts saying, it's frustrating that I'm such a weakling and all this stuff. And it was bad. I felt bad for the guy because, Connie was like his little sister to him. And, they make up and everyone says sorry, and as you can see the bruises here on their faces, they're like, even so that there's demons and everything out there, will you run away with us? I wrote in my notes here, because this was a little thing that we've seen here. I go, don't you fade to fucking black on me, Phil. Because I know it's Phil behind that. Phil is definitely a new spy, but not for Mom. I think he might be a spy for Sister. It could be either way, though, at this point. Because we'll talk about what happens with Sister in just a few seconds. But that scene right there, where it was just small enough for Phil to be behind, led me to believe that it was Phil, because they're setting up Phil really big in this episode. Cutting back to a normal non-conspiracy part of the episode, I didn't understand this. Norman's looking under Ray's bed and he says, I see you're amazing, Ray. And I guess it was detergent and stuff that they were gonna do later, but Ray is setting up a distraction for them to look into stuff. He's telling them fake information, and Ray tells Mom they're trying to kill you with anything they can get a hold of, so we need to replace the chemicals. This was another thing. Mom tells him there will be no shipment this month, but there will be one in January, and he's like, that's my birthday, so the next shipment will finally be me, huh? And then that's when the kids are walking and Sister comes out of nowhere and she just says, I saw it. I seen all 5 of you sitting in there and discussing. And then she offers the weird proposal of, would you like to join forces? I don't know where that's gonna go. Don't really know how I feel about it, but that was the end of the episode. So long story short, Norman and Ray got the shit punched out of them by Dawn. Dawn had a mental breakdown during this episode. We got to get confirmation on a few little things about the communications place in the secret room. Ray's feeding Mom more lies, telling her that they're trying to kill her, so how is she going to respond to that, even though I think she knows it's lies? Phil is a fucking spy, don't care what anybody says. And also, by the way, guys, if I sound off in this video, I'm stopped up really bad nasally. I'm sick, I think, again, and it really sucks, but I'm going to get some medicine here in a little while, but hopefully that fixes it. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this one. Had a lot of fun watching the episode. I don't know how this review is going to turn out because I sound even worse than normal. But yeah, if you like this video or you like what I'm trying to do on this channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace out.
Feeling like it's out gear, driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. Feel the wind in my hair.